begins with this gate drop.
Thank you very much, Doug. I didn't hit the unmute button. Welcome back to the Power to the Ground podcast, your home of motocross and supercross news for the fans and by the fans. I'm your host, Jesse. This is episode 62. We're talking about all of the Arlington rounds today. We'll go over the past ones quickly, and then we'll do some talk about the upcoming one, Arlington 3, tomorrow. Yeah, I know, Doug. That is pretty weird that I forgot to hit the unmute button. Yeah, that never happens. I do that all the time. I do it all the time. I need to hire a producer in this biatch. For those of you watching this live, don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. And for those of you not watching this live, if you're watching it afterwards, please drop a big thumbs up. Drop some comments in the comments section. Helps get this out to a bunch of other people. If you have somebody that loves motocross and supercross, please share this with them as well. I'm going to do my best to keep up with the comments throughout the show, but there is quite a bit of stuff to go over today. Before we get into that, though, I'm going to do some shout outs. First of all, Bro Taco. I want to do a big shout out for Bro Taco, mostly because I ate it with my lunch today. Had some chicken and rice with some pineapple habanero hot sauce from Bro Taco on it. It was delicious. I am out of brap sauce. I need to make a new order and get myself some more brap sauce in my refrigerator because I put it on everything. I put that shit on everything. If you go over to brotacofoods.com, you can go ahead and grab yourself a couple of bottles of some Bro Taco hot sauce. He's got an avocado hot sauce, a pineapple hot sauce, and then the signature Power to the Ground hot sauce, the Brap sauce. You use coupon code PTTG for 20% off your entire order. So jump over there and grab some for yourself. Brappity brap brap. That's right, Doug. Brappity brap. I know you put that on everything. It's unbelievable. I can't keep it in my refrigerator. It's crazy. Also want to do a big shout out to SUNSTAR Chains and Sprockets. Our boy Doug, who is on his way to do some racing this weekend. So he is not going to be with me on the podcast, obviously, because we're doing it right now. I'll be doing it on my own. But be on the lookout for some pics and some video from Doug over the weekend out at the tracks. I saw him loading up his quad. I know he's going to go play in the mud this weekend. So big shout out to SUNSTAR Chains and Sprockets and Doug as well. Some news for the podcast. After tomorrow night, we will be doing a couch cross tomorrow night. So if you are not aware of what couch cross is just a live stream with a bunch of us on it watching the races. You can watch the live stream, hang out with us, watch the races on your end, comment back and forth with us. It's like hanging out with your buddies watching the races. It's a lot of fun. We have quite a few people who are going to be on the stream tomorrow. So you can find that on our YouTube channel and also on our Facebook page. So the events are on both of those. So go ahead, hit the reminder button on those. And you won't miss out on any of the fun Go fast, don't die. That's this weekend's motto. I wish you the best of luck, Doug. I wish you the best of luck. I will be doing some work on my bike this weekend too. So putting a new radiator, a new battery in, hopefully get some riding done in the very near future. I'll drop some pics in the Facebook page, show you guys what I'm working on. Doug and I talked on Clubhouse today, and we have devised a loose plan, but a plan nonetheless that we will work out more as the next couple of weeks roll on, to do some updates to the website and to kind of change tack as far as what kind of content we're putting out there. After Couch Cross tomorrow night, we will be this podcast. It won't be all content, but it will be this podcast, the one that takes place on Thursdays. It's taking place on Friday today. We will be taking a break until April 9th, and we will be back previewing Atlanta 1 for that one. Also, be on the lookout. We are setting up a Discord server for Power to the Ground. So if you are a Discord user, be on the lookout for some links for you to get involved on the Discord server and do some fun stuff over there, like obviously talking about pro motocross, but also motocross and supercross, but also talking about some amateur local stuff as well, and some miscellaneous things. People looking for people to ride with on the weekends. You'll be able to find people to ride with. 21st century living, faux show. So along with that, there'll be some minor changes to the content. There won't be too much changing. But we want to make it, I guess, easier. Just easier. I think that's just the easier for you guys and more streamlined, I guess. I feel like we're creating a lot of noise right now, and I want to fix that. So that is it for the update. So I'm going to go through Arlington 1 real quick. As Doug has eloquently put it, the tracks for both of the first Arlingtons were pretty boring. Not even going to lie. They were pretty boring. There wasn't too much going on with them. It's really not much to talk about the tracks for those. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through the 250s and 450s for each round. If you didn't watch them, spoiler alerts, pause this, come back to it after you've watched the races if you plan on watching them. If you don't plan on watching them, here is your updates. For the 250 main event in Arlington 1, Hammaker, the rookie, ended up taking the number 1 spot. Hunter Lawrence took a number 2 spot. We got really whoops finally. We got do you mean real whoops? Real whoops? I think that's what you meant. But yes, I agree. They finally did put in some manageable whoop sections into those tracks. So that is one upside to those. Hunter Lawrence took the number 2 spot. Cameron McAdoo took the number 3 spot. Justin Cooper took the number 4 spot. Garrett Marchbanks in the number 5 spot. Jalik Swoll 6. Styles Robertson 7. Mitchell Harrison 8. Chris Bloss 9. Nate Thrasher rounding out the top 10. It was a pretty good showing from Hammaker. I'd be on the lookout for him to be up towards the top for the rest of the rounds. But that was moving on to the 450s. Cooper Webb took the number 1 spot. Justin Barsha 2, Jason Anderson 3 for his first podium of the year. Chase Sexton 4, Aaron Plessinger number 5, Ken Roxon 6, Joey Savacci 7, Eli Tomac 8, Dean Wilson 9, and Martin Davalos rounding out the top 10. Those were your results from Arlington 1. I'm not going to go into too much detail as far as what happened. If you want to go back and take a look at what happened in those, you can go on YouTube and you can find the highlights and some extended highlights on there as well. So moving on to Arlington number 2. Hunter Lawrence took the number 1 spot for his first win ever. This one thing that they mentioned during the broadcast that I thought was interesting, Hunter actually got his first win in less races than his brother did. I know that they are doing their best to hype up the I don't know, I guess some sort of rivalry between brothers, which I don't think they need to hype it up. I'm sure it's already there. That's like what brothers do. They form rivalries. That's what they do. In the number 2 spot, we had Jalik Swoll, Kyle Peters, number 3, Garrett Marchbanks, number 4, Justin Cooper, number 5, Mitchell Harrison, number 6, Jordan Smith, number 7, Chris Blose, number 8, Nate Thrasher, number 9, and Cameron McAdoo rounding out the top 10. And we will go over the point totals after I finish going through these. So moving over to the 450s, we had, again, you'll see a theme going here. Cooper Webb, number 1, Eli Tomac, 2, Ken Roxon, 3, Justin Barsha, number 4, Chase Sexton, number 5, Aaron Plessinger, number 6, Jason Anderson, number 7, Dylan Ferrandis, number 8, Martin Davalos, number 9, and Dean Wilson rounding out your top 10. There is a definite theme in the 450s that we will we'll talk a little bit about after we go through some of these recaps. So we have a new red number plate in the 250s. Hunter Lawrence is now the leading in the points for the 250 class with 84. Cameron McAdoo slips to number 2 with 83. Justin Cooper, very, very close with 82. I have a feeling this is going to be a fun 250, or at least a close 250 championship to watch on this. Well, I mean, we're racing in the same tracks basically, so I'm not going to say on this side of the country, but in this class anyways, this will be a fun one to watch. Garrett Marchbanks still not that far back. He's only 6 points back from Justin Cooper with 76 points. Jalik Swoll is in the number 5 spot with 74. Hammaker is number 6 with 67. Chris Blose is 752, and then it drops off from there. But all the way up to, I would say, sixth with Hammaker with 67 points. That's a 14-point difference between the top 6 riders. That's pretty nice. Yes, Doug, it absolutely does help when everybody is broken. Yeah, when you thin out the herd, there's significantly less competition, I guess. So that is your 250 class going into Arlington 3. Your red number plate on Hunter Lawrence. And moving on to the 450s, we have Cooper Webb in the number 1 spot with 249 points. This championship, however, it was looking very, very close for a little while there, and it seems to be opening up ever so slightly. So Cooper Webb is number 1 spot with 249 points. Ken Roxon, number 2, 237. Eli Tomac with 213. Justin Barsha with 195. And Aaron Plessinger moving up to the number 5 spot with 169. Malcolm Stewart with 162. Jason Anderson with 153. Dylan Ferrandis with 137. Marvin Muscan with 135. And Zach Osborne with 123. So that is your top 10. Zach Osborne has 123. Really interesting. That is very interesting. Hang on. Let me take a look back. Where was Zach Osborne before? At 123. So, all right. So he's just fallen down because he's hurt. That's why. I'm just surprised he has that many points, to be totally honest. I don't remember seeing Zacho out there for quite a while. Still can't count KR out. 12 points is a bit, but yeah. The only problem, Doug, with that is they are trending in a direction. And somebody's going to have to do something about Cooper. Otherwise, this is over. Cooper is a force to be reckoned with, and unless you can stop him from rolling, he's just going to keep rolling. So somebody's got to do something. I don't know who it's going to be or if it's going to be anybody, but whether it be Roxon, whether it be Tomac, whether it be Barsha, somebody's got to beat him in one of these races. Otherwise, it's going to get over real early if nobody does anything about it. So that is your summary of the Arlington 1 and 2 up to now. So we are up to present. Let's do a little bit of a look forward at Arlington 3 tomorrow night, which again, we will be doing Couch Cross 4. If you are planning on doing Couch Cross after this is over, hop over to our Facebook page or our YouTube page or our YouTube channel. You should be in one of those two places right now and hit that reminder button so you can be reminded when we are about to go live and watch the races with us. Let's take a look at this track. I'm going to pull up the track map for those of you watching or listening to this afterwards. There'll be a little bit of music here, and I'll try to kind of talk through it. This track seems more interesting than the prior two tracks. So I'll do a little bit of narration as we go through it. So let's pop through. All right, so starting out, we get a long start straight here into a 180. It's not a super tight 180, but it's pretty rounded out. So they should be able to make it into a pretty nice rhythm section with a tabletop right in the middle, triple going into another 180. Then we have a triple coming out of that 180, couple of tabletops in that rhythm section, into what looks like a very, very, very long rhythm whoop section. Coming back across the start face, we go into a 90-degree over a tabletop with another rhythm section with a couple of triples, couple of doubles, and then we have a big triple around the other side into a 180, into a sand section with a bunch of rollers into a 90-degree, which goes over a finish jump that leads right back into the start straight. That is a look at your Arlington 3 track. I have to say, there is quite a bit of stuff here that I am looking forward to. I hope that whoop section was a little bit long for my taste. I didn't get a count of how many whoops there were in it, but it looks a bit long. Hopefully, though, since it is long, hopefully they went with the type of whoops that they've had in Arlington so far, which seem to be pretty manageable for the riders. I hope otherwise we're going to see a bunch of people going down in that, because that looked at least 13 whoops long. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a couple more than that. So I'm also looking forward to that sand section. I love when they throw in the sand sections. It seems like that's their go-to for changing things up this year. When in doubt, just throw sand at it, I guess. Which I can deal with that. If that's the way that they want to deal with it, I can deal with that. There are some big triples in there, which should be pretty fun to watch. I'm not sure how many passing opportunities that this track is going to allow for, but it looks like it's going to be pretty fast. For the amount of room that they had to work within, they put quite a few long sections into there. So that'll be fun to watch. That is our track. Let's jump into some injuries on the injury report here. Starting with the 450s, Benny Bloss out, Brayton out, Cianciarulo still out, Entignap out, Grant Harlan out, Shane McElrath out, Henry Miller is in. Muscan is he's still TBD. He was under the concussion protocol. I'm sure everybody remembers him going down. They were making a tentative he's in earlier in the week, but it looks like they still have him listed as a TBD. Zach Osborne out, Austin Paulatelli out, and Carter Stevenson out. That is your breakdown of your 450 injuries. Moving over to the 250s, we have Dakota. Alex is out. Pierce Brown is out, unfortunately. Sean Cantrell out. Brighton Carroll out. Martin Costello out. Joey Crown out. Derek Drake out. Mitchell Falk out. Bryson Gardner out. Mason Gonzalez out. Alex Martin out. So, no, I'm sorry. They've still got him listed as a TBD. So we'll see what happens with that as we get a little bit closer. Jeremy Martin, obviously out. Styles Robertson is TBD as well. Dylan Schwartz is out. Justin Thompson is out. So we've got Styles, Robertson, and Alex and Amart to see if they will actually race. Just so agreed. That's what happens. Just takes one misstep. I'm pretty sure you're still talking about Cooper. I think I missed that one earlier, Doug. Yes, it does just take one misstep, but I don't know if you've been watching the past couple of rounds. Cooper doesn't misstep very often. I know he had a pretty big misstep last year. Oh, they're coming. They're coming for us. He had a pretty big misstep last year that had him flying off the track without his bike and doing some mid-air gymnastics. But that it's kind of few and far between for Cooper, especially when he's rolling. It's really hard to shake that guy. He is a rock. So let's jump into the 250 predictions. I'm not going to go with, let's see. Let's go through a top three. I don't think Hunter Lawrence is going to pull off another win. I think he'll probably still be on the podium. But I don't think he's going to pull off two in a row. I do think that Cameron McAdoo is probably going to come back with a win in Arlington 3. So I'm going to say Cameron McAdoo takes the number one spot. Mookie replicated the Webb Arlington off the track crash already. Yeah, that's true. Yes, he did. So I'm going to go ahead. My top three for 250s. I'm going to say Cameron McAdoo in the number 1 spot, Justin Cooper in the number 2 spot, and I'm going to go ahead and put Hunter on the podium with the number 3 spot. That's my top 3 for the 250s. I really don't have much to say about the 250s. Nobody's dominating this one. I think it's going to go back and forth for a couple of rounds before we actually get a definitive winner for the championship, or at least contender for the championship. But I think it's going to be a couple rounds before we see that. Jumping over to the 450s, I'll do my top 3 for the 450s. I can't, unless somebody can show me that they can just straight up beat Cooper Webb, I can't put anybody but Cooper Webb in the number 1 spot. He has gotten his momentum going so well that I would almost go as far to say that it is inevitable that Cooper Webb is going to win the race tomorrow night. So I'm going to put Cooper Webb in the number 1 spot and whoever in the number 2 and 3 spot, because nobody's going to beat Cooper Webb tomorrow night. But I will put my number 2 spot. I think I'll go ahead and put Eli in the number 2 spot because it looks like he's trending upwards. I think he's going to continue to be up towards the top, not enough to actually make a difference in the championship, but I would put Eli in my number 2 spot. I'm not going to put Roxon up on the podium. He seems to be falling off. Just, I don't know. There's just something about what's going on with Roxon right now that I can't put him up there right now. So, in the number 3 spot, you know what? I could see Anderson coming back if he doesn't get a bad start like he did in Arlington 2. I could see Anderson taking a podium spot. So that's what I'll go with. I'll go with Cooper, Eli, and Anderson up on the podium as your top 3 in the 450 class for Arlington 3. That is it. That's the wrap up for the preview for Arlington 3. Like I said earlier, we are doing Couch Cross tomorrow night. Couch Cross. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't joined us for Couch Cross, if you're listening to this right now, everybody who comes and joins us for it just has a blast. It's like hanging out with your buddies, grab some food, grab some beers, watch the races with us. You can comment back and forth with us. It's just a lot of fun. So like I said, jump over to the Facebook page or the YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that reminder on that Couch Cross event. You'll see it. I believe it's called the Round 12 Couch Cross. You'll see the little seal with the couch in the middle of it. Hit the reminder on that so you don't forget to join us with that, because it's a lot of fun. And what do we have? I think that's it. That's it for episode 62, my guys. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend if we don't see you for Couch Cross in the next couple of weeks. Keep an eye out for all of the updates. If you see the link for the Discord, go ahead and click on that and join us over there. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening over there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this if you're watching it afterwards. If you are listening to us on one of your preferred podcast platforms, please share this with somebody, or feel free to leave us a review if you enjoyed it. The reviews help us out, find some new listeners, and that's it for episode 62. So we will see you guys for episode 63 on April 9th, previewing Atlanta 1. And that's it, man. Enjoy the races tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll see you out there for Couch Cross.